Making hard trap melodies is actually one of the easiest things to do. You just need to know how to do it. And that's exactly why I'm here, because I'm going to show you what you need to do. Why do I say do like that? Do. To start out, I'm going to tap out my BPM, get a bounce. That 135 felt nice. So to start out, I'm going to grab a pad. Just something kind of ambient and dark. Doesn't matter too much. And by the way, if you're trying to make something dark sounding for trap, it's really good to use C, C sharp, D, and D sharp minor scales. They just go hard. Let's keep this pretty basic overall. Okay, so aside from this sound being actually dog shit, let's change it. So I'm just gonna offset some of the notes just to give it a little bit of rhythm. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going 1-1-6-4. And it's gonna be super important later on for me to cut out the low end from the melody because I don't want it to clash with the 808. Now this is all good, but a cool trick that you should do with your melodies, flip it horizontally, so you can just do that by pressing Alt-Y, and then render it out. And now that I've got this rendered out, I can just reverse it back to what we had before. There's a little bit of clicking at the beginning, so I'm just gonna fade that out. And one thing I really like doing with my pads is cutting out a ton of the frequencies and just kind of focusing on one little area. So we've got the pad down, the basis for what we're going to be doing. So let's just make something like dark and dissonant. Let's turn these velocities down. We don't need it to be that loud. Now, what a lot of people fail to realize with these hard-hitting melodies is that a lot of it just comes down to adding in some kinds of accents and effects. So let's just find like a random effect. That's kind of cool. That's clean, actually. We can use that. And what I like to do for these is I like to cut out a ton of the frequencies just like I did with the pads. And for these effects, you mainly want to focus around your chord notes. I'm thinking I'm going to render this one out and reverse it too, because I think that would kind of sound cool. Another little hack too is using notes that are just side by side on the piano. These are going to sound dark and dissonant together, and that's kind of how you build tension. It's like melody making 101. Now we kind of have all the vibes right there, but we don't really have the rhythm to it down. We don't really have much of a melody really. So we need to expand on what we have. The one thing I like to do for adding a little bit of rhythmic flavor is throwing in like a violin, staccato violin specifically, and kind of just focusing that around a chord note. Keep it nice and simple. Now we need to add in some kind of actual melody, and for that, I'm just gonna throw in like a little bit of a piano. Something kind of in the higher range. I'm kind of happy with this. It's really simple, it's really basic, but I don't need anything more complicated than that. I can maybe add in some variation just in the second half. To give the piano a bit more of a spooky vibe, I'm gonna throw on some reverb. Now we need to add some drums, because you know that's how you make beats hard. I'm just gonna go to my Overgloom trap bundle. Just think about the beats you want to accent. Yo, I hate this snare. I don't know what I'm doing. Ooh, that's kind of stupidly hard. Alright, let me play it.